Ma'am, can we begin?
Yes, Sanket, you may.
Okay. So good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining today with us. So today we are beginning our new session called Talent Hunt, and we will be able to see the talents of our classmates, what are talents they hold, and I'm thanking Mufida ma'am for creating an opportunity like this, and welcome all. So first off, we have Adna with her poem. So Adna, carry on.
Hello, everyone. I am Adna, and I am going to recite a poem that is written by myself. So, this poem is about migraine. Okay, so one of the greatest talents I've got is overthinking. So, this poem came out of my overthinking mind. So, I don't know whether it is worth, but hope you'll enjoy it. So, here goes the poem. To my migraine. Why won't you tell me why? You mind my mind than me. No, please just don't be shy. Here, have my cup of tea. Relax, dude, and rely. You wander from my vein to vein like a child swinging wine to wine. An ardent admirer of pain, are you my lover in vain? Came with clouds of complaint? Long lost ghost, that's you, who abhors the sight of sun and adores those darkness dew. Uh-oh.
No, Adna, you are not audible.
Okay. Now is it okay? Oh, I'm really sorry.
Now it's okay.
Was it
Continue.
okay? Was it um?
It would be better if you start from the beginning.
Okay, so shall I share the poem with you so that you can see it? I think.
Okay.
Okay, so am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, and is my screen visible?
Yeah, everything's okay. You may continue.
Okay, so really sorry for the interruption. Okay, so here goes the poem to my migraine. Why won't you tell me why? You mind my mind than me. No, please just don't be shy. Here, have my cup of tea. Relax, dude, and rely. You wander from my vein to vein like a child swinging wine to wine. An ardent admirer of pain, are you my lover in vain? Come with clouds of complaint? Long lost ghost, that's you, who abhors the sight of sun and adores those darkness dew. Photosensitive, they say is fun. Are you my introvert twin who hates mass and sound, or some celestial being who spin and vomits what's foul to ground? Tell me, dear, what are you in? Whoever you are, I know you are a great fan of mine, that you never left and go when all others made malign. The bewitching pain you throw, I believe is love for me you show. I take a tablet or two to murder you true, but beyond it is your love, unconditional, you come again now. I might sound insane, but thank you, dear migraine. Okay, thank you very much for your patient listening. Uh-oh. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
So that was a wonderful poem, Adna, and you did present very well. It would be uh, everyone have their own problems, and it is nice to write about it. So moving on to the next person, it's Fida, and she has some of her artworks, and I will be sharing it with you. Just a second. I'm sorry, there seems to be some trouble sharing the video with you.
Okay, Ankit, I will try. Hello, guys. Fida. I know I'm not allowed to say I don't have any talents. Yeah, I love to draw, and it's kind of cheerfulness for me. I enjoy drawing, that's it. That doesn't mean that I'm very good at drawing. Yeah, and I will show you that video. Just a second. Is my screen visible now?
Ah, yes, it's visible.
Was that okay?
Yeah, that was good. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
That was very wonderful, Fida, and we are happy to see your talents, and we are happy that you shared it with us. So, okay.
Thank
So
you all.
moving on to the next one, we have Fida sharing. She's gonna sing a song for us, and we all know she's the main singer of our class.
Good evening, guys. I'm Pida, and today I'm gonna present a song from a Tamil movie, Alepavide. Hope you enjoy. Should I turn on the camera?
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay. So can I start?
Yes, you can.
സ്നേഹിതനെ സ്നേഹിതനേ രഹസ്യ സ്നേഹിതനേ ചിന്ന ചിന്നതായി കോരിക്കൈകൾ செவிகொடு സ്നേഹിതനേ இதே அழுத்தம் அழுத்தம் இதே அணைப்பு அணைப்பு வாழ்வின் எல்லை வரை வேண்டும் வேண்டும், வாழ்வின் எல்லை வரை வேண்டும் வேண்டும், சிநேகிதனே சிநேகிதனே, ரகசிய சிநேகிதனே. சின்ன சின்னதாய் கோரிக்கைகள் செவி கொடு சிநேகிதனே. சின்ன சின்ன அத்துமீறல் புரிவாய், என் செல்லெல்லாம் புகழ் பூக்க செய்வாய், மலர்களில் மலர்வாய், பூ பறிக்கும் பத்தம் போல மெதுவாய், நான் தூங்கும் போது விரல் நகம் கலைவாய், சத்தமின்றே துயில்வாய், விரல் எடுக்கில் ஒளிவனை பூசி செய்வையும் செய்ய வேண்டும், நீ எழும்போது நான் அழ நேர்ந்தல் துடைக்கின்ற விரல் வேண்டும், சிநேகிதனே சிநேகிதனே, ரகசிய சிநேகிதனே. சின்ன சின்னதாய் கோரிக்கைகள் செவி கொடு சிநேகிதனே. சொன்னதெல்லாம் பகலிலே புரிவேன், நீ சொல்லாததும் இரவிலே புரிவேன், காதில் கூந்தல் நுழைப்பேன், உந்தன் சட்டை நானும் போட்டு அலைவேன், நீ குலைக்கையில் நானும் கொஞ்சம் நனைவேன், உப்பு மூட்டை சுமப்பேன், உன்னையில் எடுத்து உள்ளங்கையில் மடித்து கைக்குட்டையில் ஒழித்துக் கொள்வேன், வெளிவரும்போது விடுதலை செய்து வேண்டும் வரும் வாங்கிக் கொள்வேன், சிநேகிதனே சிநேகிதனே, ரகசிய சிநேகிதனே. சின்ன சின்னதாய் கோரிக்கைகள் செவி கொடு சிநேகிதனே, இதே அழுத்தம் அழுத்தம், இதே அழைப்பு அழைப்பு, வாழ்வின் எல்லை வரை வேண்டும் வேண்டும், வாழ்வின் எல்லை வரை வேண்டும் வேண்டும், சிநேகிதனே சிநேகிதனே, ரகசிய சிநேகிதனே. Thank you.
That was really awesome, Fida. And I have no words to say. It was really awesome. And we would like to hear more songs from you. So I hope all enjoyed her song. And moving on to the next, we have Manal with her short story. So let's hear from Manal.
Hello, good evening. So, I will be reading one of my stories, One Scream Away. Okay, One Scream Away. In the hills of a faraway land unknown to storytellers like us lived a little girl with a voice as sweet as honey. When she hummed, the world paused in awe and listened. The world, comprising of people who rather stay hidden in light, plain in sight. The girl, on the other hand, living all her dreams and nightmares in the dark, started believing that the night was her escape. So every night, she started speaking her heart out to the stars. And every time, her parents stopped her, chided her, and sent her off to bed with a dark cloud of unfinished thoughts over her head. And every morning, the villagers wait for her song. A morning call, it seemed. The villagers admired her singing because that was all she did well. She never spoke an actual word because she was prohibited from doing so. Her very own parents forbid her from uttering even a single syllable in the outside world. For she spoke of matters even the elders never dared dream of. She wondered about thoughts the world fears the most. She spoke of unspeakable thoughts too dark for her sweet voice, and the only remedy was to remain silent. Her parents fell into despair, worrying when she'd start talking and what the consequence would be, so she listened. And as days passed into nights and nights into nightmares, she kept all her words in for all the years since her untimely, unlucky birth. And every time she opened her mouth, she pictured her parents and their scared faces. She was careful. She bottled up until the very first morning into her 13th birthday. Ever since she could remember, she has wanted to speak out loud, even a word. She wanted to shout that word in open. Ever since the previous year, she has been counting days until her 13th. You see, fellow listeners, she promised the stars that she would talk that day. But little did she know that her parents would keep her grounded until it was past midnight. You see, they knew. So she listened again and waited till she could hear them snore ever so faint and let herself out through the window. It was difficult, but she was determined. She felt suffocated in that tiny room with all her thoughts scattered in the dense air. She ran and ran until her legs finally gave in. She was at the top of the hill. She could hear the dogs from afar. Not a second passed, and she started to scream. She yelled at the top of her lungs, yelled until her throat grew sore. All the 13 years of her life echoed back. A rustle, a hustle. Footsteps nearing, she glanced back to find the entire village staring at her. She smiled. They're here. They've listened to me and they're not running away. They're not scared. I'm glad. But her smile soon turned wild as the light from the torch revealed unsettling emotions. They were not the same as her parents, they were disgusting and sickening to watch. Monster. Monster, they whispered loud enough for her to take a step backwards. They were armed, she realized. Rather than applauses, they held sticks and knives. Rather than admiration, their eyes displayed a deeper hatred one she has never felt before. She took another step backward. The villagers rushed in. She paused, stood her ground. With the first stab of a knife, with the first spill of the blood, she laughed a little. The villagers, bewildered and frightened, made no haste in attacking the abnormal child no more. They stabbed, pelted her with stones, struck her with wood, while her parents were held back by the elders, tears crying a river. She smiled yet again. They do care. I'm glad. I can be free now. I'm glad. There will be no more hiding, and I won't feel any more pain. I'm glad. Thank you.
Thank you, Manal. That was a really, really good story, and we are all happy to hear from you from the right side. Matt, would you like to comment? Oh, okay, ma'am. So that was really nice. Thank you, Manal. And moving on to the next one, it's from Rasan. She's gonna do a performance poetry of Rasan.
Yeah, should I present my screen or should I just go with it?
Yeah, it would be nice if we could also read that.
Okay, okay. Just a second. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so one second. Okay, so I'll be presenting two poems. And before I start, I just want to mention that this is not basically my talent, but it's something that I want to improve. Trying to improve on. So these are two poems that I recently wrote, and one of them I had performed as performance poetry for the one we had as a class competition. So I hope you all like it. So the first one is Not Forever. Never to never can one understand what it is like to be us, to be close but distant, to love but hate. Never to never can one understand what it is like to be us, to have them true and pure as an ocean, to have them deep and strong as a wave. Never to never can one understand what it is like to be us, how we had everything but is now left with nothing. Never to never can one understand what it is like to be us, to have that one moment where we could live the moment. Never to never can one understand what it is like to be us, what we once had is not forever mine to have. Never to never can one understand what it is like to fall in love like us. Now, the second one is called Scars. Few scars that no one will see, few thoughts that no one will know. To break the silence is a measure uncalled for. When understanding fails to acknowledge, humor will live as an antidote to camouflage. Scars I make, thoughts I have, are mine to keep, mine to deal. Will no shoulder I find to rest, will no warmth I find to sane. Naked will I stay with emotions. This is a war, a battle, with me from me, a battle for I to survive the insanity in me. Dark is night, light is mist, an empty road with questions of future, disappointments of past, and a subtle question of death, and a present far away from self. I feel them deep inside, those strings left unattached, those voices and monsters in my head, crawling and spiraling like wind. Few scars that no one will see, few thoughts that no one will know, and the death in me will be the relief in me. Thank you.
Wonderful, Rasan. Those were some really deep words. I don't think you need more improvement. You are really awesome. So that winds up our session today. And thank you everyone for coming. So, ma'am, would you like to comment on what we had today?
Okay, Ankit, don't we have others doing their presentation today?
No, ma'am, no one was willing to do today.